Okay, Friday morning in the kingdom, and Johnny G's on his way over with a full trailer load of supplies for WHO-ville. So I guess WHO-ville's going to survive the great fire. Yes, so Johnny G's bringing over a full load. So he'll actually get a decent paycheck today. Yes, compared to all the other ones he's had, where he's getting no freight, no hours, no nothing. Unreal. Also, too, we got a new piece of paper here. We can't find the paper because everything is packed away, and we're not officially unpacking until it's over. Yes, until the fat lady sings. Yes, I know her personally. All right, so we got this piece of paper. I think it's gray or yellow. All right, this morning we woke up to plus 14 Celsius, but feels like, I don't know. And then on the yo-yo scale, plus 57. But feels like, I don't know. I never checked. I was too busy this morning. Yes. All right, Johnny G's coming. We had rain last night. You can see the ground's kind of pulverized, but there's no puddles. It was just enough to tease you, just like a true ex-wife calling you up and saying, let's be friends. And then she slams you with a lawyer letter. Yes, let's be friends. So the fire's just outside of WHO-ville, and there was no update from the town of WHO-ville last night, which is normal in the world of modern communication. Yes. And also, too, last night for supper, I enjoyed homemade pierogies. Yes, the lady dropped them off last night for, how would you say, for payment, or her showing her support for us, how would you say, fighting the fires and stuff like that. These are homemade pierogies. I had them about 25 years ago at a potluck dinner uptown. That's when the ladies used to make good cooking to woo the man's heart. Yes, to impress the man, cook good, and he'll maybe ask you out for a date or something, or take you out for dinner, or bring you home to watch a movie without boobies. Yes, but nowadays the ladies here, how do you say, to woo a man, it's all cleavage and tattoos. No cooking. They just cook everything in the microwave and call it good. But these pierogies were so tasty, just like they were 25 years ago at that potluck dinner. Oh, the memories. All right, let's see what this is going on here. We have a slight breeze. We don't know what the fire is doing, where it is, or what's going on. We got some smoke in the sky. But yesterday was unreal. But we had the right equipment. The obsolete equipment started ran, went into the wilderness. But we couldn't photo the good stuff or film the good stuff of going through the soft spots in the staff bag, driving the 41 Chevy, dragging the mini hoe on the hoverboard. As the hoverboard was dragging along and sinking. Oh yeah, it was cultivating. Yeah, grading the road. But we didn't get that filmed because it was raining. We have so much to do. And it's hard to set up that instant 360 in the rain, because as soon as all it takes is one raindrop on the lens, and then the video's screwed up. But we had fun, we did it, and no flare-ups. Yes, no flare-ups. Not like that Eric Hill. And then we finally went over and doused it. All right, I think we're going to work on the little cat named Laverne. Yeah, that's Laverne. I'm so confused. All right, I think we're good to go. I got the burbs coming. Dogs want to get for a walk. So let's get going. Plus, here comes the boss.
Friday morning in WHO-ville, it's almost 9 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to go do my checks. Then I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. It is already pretty warm out here right now, and it looks like it was raining most of the night. It's actually supposed to rain again today. With how hot it is right now, I'm sure it will. Now let's head over to the kingdom. 9:30, and I just finished doing my hotspot checks and talking with my dad. We're not doing very much today since we had a big day yesterday, so I'm going to head back into WHO-ville and do my sweeping and mop. I don't think I have to start the sprinklers right now since it rained most of the night. I will come back to the kingdom at about 1 p.m. and see what my dad's up to.
Okay, it's Friday. It's just about lunchtime, and we're having a relaxing day. But we know today is going to be stressful because we're trying to figure out stuff. Oh, look at the flags go. As helicopters aren't really flying, so the little bit of rain we got last night, probably, how would you say, keeping the fires down. But once the wind gets up, things change quickly. All right, so yesterday, before we got called out to, how would you say, have fun out in the wilderness there, yes, the collectibles start and run and drive because they're not junk. All right, so these cats are 80 years old. These are Delco Remy starters. They have the Delco number. They're the most popular starter in the world, and everybody builds them and calls them theirs, like anybody from Dixie to whatever. They changed the name, but it's a Delco Remy. And these Bendix are common. All right, you can go online, find out the Bendix were in there, and you should order it. So I ordered this on eBay for about $100, and in exchange, everything, duty, everything landed here, and it's probably $300. So the fellow on eBay is stating that this is matches to the Delco Remy numbers and stuff like that, yada yada yada. 9 coil spring or whatever. Guess what? It's too short. Yeah, but that's the new world. I have about 6 or 7 of these in the parts trader that are too short, but they're sold me the Delco Remy part number, which is, you know, common. So as I said, this is the new world we got today, and it's even getting worse with that AI, artificial intelligence, plus nobody cares. So if I tell the guy, hey, this isn't a Delco Remy part number yada 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 Bendix, he'll say, so who cares, and go screw yourself. Even if I leave him a bad rating on eBay, what's the point? So yesterday I changed out that starter, took it apart so many times, we need wing nuts on the back here. Yeah, take it apart, try the Bendix, do everything, and then it's too short. We'll do a video on that later. So let's go to the next project. Okay, Laverne is over there. He's a TD-6 with a gas motor for the United States of America. Graves Tractor Salvage sold me that motor where starts, runs good, but the starter didn't work. Yeah, that's my problem because they don't come with starters. The tractor has a different starter than the cats, okay? All right. So the TD-6 is the most popular little farm cat, or everybody wants them for their acreage and everything like that. So everybody's on the internet saying these Delco Remys malfunction. Yeah, after 80 years, the oil seal goes out of the back of the motor, soaks the starter down, so it fries it out. So everybody's been putting these new style starters on. And to me, I watch on the internet. I do have my book series, which I can't link to because I can't get into my laptop. I mean, my laptop computer doesn't go to my Amazon book page. We have the tower computer because that's for business. So I never included the link to these new style starters. It's supposed to fit in here, and I can never figure out how they fit in here because of the fuel filter housing, because it's so small. All right, let's go over to the TD-9, known as Freefall. Okay, we're over at the TD-9, known as Freefall. So I bought this starter for 79 bucks on eBay, US. I bought the cheapest one. This is supposed to be the starter that is the ultimate replacement for the Delco Remys on the TD-6s. Everybody's got it, everybody uses it. But guess what? I got something oddball. Yes, this isn't the starter. Okay, so we wiggled it in here. And then how the hell I didn't break this piece off right here because it's rubbing against the fuel filter housing right here. See the shiny marks? Yeah, there's a fuel filter housings right there. All right, according to my mathematics and Sesame Street, the TD-9 motor is bigger than the TD-6. So this starter is hitting on the fuel filter housing and there's quite a bit more room. So I think there's a problem. Either I got the oddball starter, the one that everybody says it is, but it isn't, could have the wrong part number on it. All right, so I took this fuel filter housing off, put the starter back on. I'm not going to modify the fuel filter housing and shit like that. Let's see if this starter works. So I wired it in, and guess what? Didn't work. Didn't work. So I had to prove a point because back here is the battery, and we're grounding it to the transmission down there. So I went and got the battery out of Laverne. It's brand new, lots of power. Put some cables on, made sure they're good, because we never trust those ones over there, those old style. And then I hit the start button. All right. So it actually worked. All right, ready everybody? Ooh, that's loud. Oh, it started on gas or fired on gas. That's the joys. Okay, that's with the decompression lever down. So that means it's small compression. Let's see if it'll crank over on diesel. This is the part where it blows up. Yeah, so this little starter is going to work for direct start on diesel. Now we just have to figure out how to modify the crap out of that fuel filter housing. Yes, I can weld. Yes, I can weld. All right, let's continue the quest. Okay, me again. I had to know. So why is this starter so popular? And the guys say it fits, but I tried it on the TD-9. It doesn't fit. So I got the tape measure out and we'll do the... Okay, we got the tape measure out. Let's go to a TD-9. Okay, that's complete. Oh, wait. Look at all the cats we got. This will be the educational channel with the learning channel. We'll figure this out so we know for next time we're not farting around in the winter. How would you say? Screwing up. Yeah, it's a lot nicer out here. Okay, this is the TD-9 known as bad business because he's got the seats. The starter works good. We're not touching it. Don't touch it. If it works, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't screw with it. All right, put your fingers in here. There we go. There. There's 2 fingers in there. So those are my 2 fingers. Let's go to a TD-6. Okay, this is the TD-6 known as the communist cat. Yes, the big long cylinders. Yes. So we've had this thing apart so many times because of starter problems. We're not touching this one because we actually had a starter that works. And I like that little lever rod there. So let's go over to Aggie. Aggie needs some updates on his fuel filters because we're removing these drains and changing a few things. He has a start button. See the start button right there? Going over here, last investment. We can just see it right there. And there's a solenoid thingy bob. So this starter here, we should take it out because we don't need it. Let's reach in here. All right, I'm down on my knees. All right, let's do the test. We got the measuring tape, 2 fingers in here, and there's lots of room. Yeah, lots of room. So maybe those new style starters fit the TD-6, but not the TD-9. Well, let's go burn some lunch in the microwave and we'll learn and figure it out after lunch. Oh, these lips. Okay, for my memory purposes, yes, those new style starters will not fit on the gas motor because the elbow is right here for the carb. So the end of the starter solenoid ends back here. I used a real tape measure, 8 inches, which is what, that long or something. Yeah, so it's pointless. You can't. You have to have this one here because of the carburetor. We checked the TD9 or the T9, the famous black hat, same issue. We used the actual tape measure, not the fingers. All right, let's go have some lunch now.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. I'll be having smokies today. Then at 1 p.m. I'll head over to the Kingdom and see what my dad's up to. We are having a relaxing day until something happens or if we get called out to help out with something. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out and make lunch. 1 p.m. and I just came to check it out down by the tracks here where we were yesterday. I'm going to walk in the bush and stick my hand in the ground to see if I can feel anything hot. Hopefully we were able to get this area completely put out, but I will keep an eye on it for the next couple days. Once I'm done this, I'll head over to the Kingdom and see what my dad's doing. Made it into the Kingdom. I did not feel anything when I stuck my hand into the dirt around that hot spot from yesterday, so hopefully we got it under control. My dad is just working on the cats here, changing starters around and having a relaxing day, so I'm going to head back into WHO-ville and check the mail.
4-cylinder diesel truck. It just cranks over and starts. I'll include the video here at the end of it starting with direct start on diesel. I just gave it a little sniff in the air cleaner hole. So we had the tripod set up over there. So I'll insert that video here. Okay, after coffee, they're forecasting thunderstorms, which is kind of good, but kind of not so good. Lightning will strike, start fires where it's not burnt. Yes, it's not burnt. So after coffee, we'll put that one back together, put the hood on and everything like that while it's still fresh in my memory. And then we'll come over here and make this starter here, fit on there. Yes, that's what we're going to have to do. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll have to make it work. I don't know what I'm doing. But we're having fun in theory, maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay, it's 4 o'clock and we put all the tools away. Yes, we have to hustle and get things done. Look at the way the wind's blowing. That's blowing to bring the ex-wife forest fire back to WHO-ville. All right, so over here we got the starter on Aggie, the little TD-6. We trussed it up. We put some plugs on the bottom, not those ugly drains. Lots more room. It looks good. We marked the date on it so we know when it quits or how long it lasts. And then over here we took the starter from Aggie and we put them over here onto free fall. Yes, and we cranking it over. It works good. A little slow, but at least it cranks over, and it started on gas, but we had them both running on diesel to make sure the fuel system's good. Just look at those puffy clouds. We have a thunderstorm coming towards us. Growing up in the south, if it was hot and humid, we were going to have thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that's what it was this morning when we got up. It was hot and humid. Now we're going to get thunderstorms and more forest fires. Oh well, let's go amuse ourselves to the end of the day. Okay, to amuse myself to the end of the day, I'm in the shop. All right, so we brought in 10 of these. Yes, there's 8 here. There's 2 more I got to bring or tested. So we got numbers on them, but the thing is, we wrote on them over the years, Bendix, this, that, whatever, yada, yada. But things changed. Maybe the starter wasn't engaging at a cold temperature outside. So we set up this little Jimmy rig thingy-bob. Okay, there's the master switch because we don't have a push button, so use the master switch. And we give it a kick. So when it's on full power, you go like that. No zoom. So you take the top off and hit it here. And if there's zoom, we're good to go. That means that this isn't touching. Yeah. But we marked it all. We got it all written down here. Look at that. All in English. Yes, my English isn't very good, but we wrote it down. So we're getting it figured out. The boss will be pleased that we're amusing ourselves on a Friday afternoon.
5:30 and I'll head over to the kingdom to see what my dad's up to. It is still pretty windy out here right now and looks like it wants to rain, but the clouds are still circling around WHO-ville, so let's head over to my dad's and see what he's doing right now. Just made it home from the kingdom. Looks like my dad is finishing up his day, so I'll head inside, let the dogs out, then I can make supper. Not sure what I'll be having tonight. As you can see, looks like there's a storm rolling in. I give it an hour or two and it'll be raining. Looks like some big clouds, so maybe we'll get some thunder and lightning. Hopefully no fires. Now let's head in and end my day.
Okay, there goes the stop, and there's some puffy clouds. Those are thunder clouds. Oh no, we're gonna have forest fires, more forest fires. All right, there we go. I like that when the water tank can sit there and not drip, and we still have water in the fire hoses all over the yard here for the sprinklers, because it's a sealed unit. We worked hard and got it sealed. All right, let's see what we got over here. Got some clear skies, but that's going to change shortly. I thought I would have been thunderstorms by now. I'm tired from walking back and forth. It's a good thing we lined up all the cats so they were together. I wasn't wandering all over the yard. All right, the dogs are getting excited. Look at the flags. Let's go walk the dogs, make a video, and drink some 7-Up. Talk to you later.